getting to the book, let's start with that. So the subtitle, it says that transforming dreams into action.
Dreams into action, transforming dreams into action.
Yeah. So can you tell us a bit more about it? As in, what dreams are we talking about? How can we turn them into reality? I mean,
See, actually, a dream is indeed is a goal set in life. Okay, that's a dream. One has to set a goal.
like you say, one should be
Set a goal.
yeah.
So what happens is dream transform into thoughts. Thoughts result into action. Okay, that's a method.
Okay.
Dream, dream, dream. Dream transforms into
Thoughts.
Thoughts result into action.
Action.
So if you have dream, thoughts will come. If thoughts you have, then action will come. Okay.
We should always be aiming for something.
So then only your thoughts will come. Then only action will take place. That's a cycle.
Just to clarify, these are not the dreams which we
So in life, I had a number of dreams, like seeds. You have seen a banyan tree, seeds. Thousands of seeds are there, banyan tree. But few seeds, they take a shape. Few seeds get lost. Few seeds become part of the sand and become the fertilizer and to grow. Okay. So the seeds and thoughts are similar. Once you have a dream, then thoughts will come. These thoughts, when I was long ago in ISRO, I was there for 20 years.
20 years.
20 years. When I was building rockets there, I always dreamt these similar rockets would have tremendous potential for defense application, defend the country. So I was, at that time itself, was configuring, thinking about it, how the one is satellite launch vehicle, to put a satellite in the orbit, that's what I was doing. Now, out of that, what is the application we can think of for defense technology? Then I conceived an idea with my team, what's called Agni.
So did the applications come first, or the idea of putting something?
No,
in the
idea
orbit?
comes first. Ideas come first, then product, thoughts, product. Then the product itself take a different shapes. Okay, so when I finished satellite launch vehicle program, India's first satellite launch vehicle, I launched, put a Rohini satellite. My team launched and put a Rohini satellite. Then the idea came, thoughts came. What next?
Yeah.
Then I joined the DRDO. Then I nurtured that what was the idea form into Agni form, took a big shape, Agni missile. It became one of the famous program of a guided missile program, Agni program. Agni, when it was launched in 1989, 1990, it reached 2,000 kilometers. Okay, so you can see that dream, thoughts, action.
The book, it's a very personal book this time. You've not spoken a lot about your mentors, parents, teachers. Like you've given like so much to elders that one should always go back to, or have those principles in place. How necessary do you think it is to stay connected to the roots?
It's a good question. The present trend of the nation. I personally believe I come from a joint family. Joint family?
Yeah.
That is grandparents, relatives, all live in a home. And so in a joint family, what happens, if there's a problem, they share and discuss the problem. Then because the experienced people all around in the home, your joint family, that problem gets neutralized, because there's a solution. These elderly people, elderly or experienced people, They have found a lot of solution by the years.
Hmm.
So they can make the problem simplified and solve it also in a joint family. Whereas the nuclear family, what happens a problem, because there is no experience, there is no, they get the magnified, it becomes a serious problem. Serious problem, sometimes a tragedy
Yeah.
also. So I am advocating, in India, there are 200 million homes are there. 200 million homes. Out of that, in the rural villages, 30% still
Unjoined family.
the joint family system. So I am advocating
It should be that place.
it is joint family system, so that's a culture, Indian culture. And even there's an urge in foreign countries. Of course, joint family doesn't mean that you all have lived in the home because of the necessity. There will be different home, but we are connected with the mobile phone, social media. We are connected, continuously connected. Mobile phone, we are connected continuously. Skype, you can see the parents, you can see the home. So there are modern way of connecting the joint family.
So you've dedicated this book to the 16 million youth,
Yes.
as you say, you've met and interacted with. Have you learned any lessons from them? When you interact?
See, 16 million people I address, but interaction with thousands and thousands, okay? The interaction, either through email or through the direct questions and answers. Every meet I do that. The interaction with that, interaction and meeting 16 million people last 2 decades, what I learned, every youth wants to be unique. Every youth
Wants to be unique.
unique person.
Yeah.
Second thing, he has a dream. He or she has a dream. The dream is they want to live in a nation, happy nation, peaceful nation, prosperous nation. The pain what the youth has got now, that I need a vision. They want parliament to give a vision for the nation. Okay? They are crying need from youth. You give us, okay? Give us vision, we will work for it.
So when you dream, you
No, vision normally generated by, without vision, nation dies. Okay? So it is very important. Every nation, 15, 20 years vision, how it will get what can be the India's vision? India is a developing nation. So it should be economically developed nation. That's the vision for the nation. So such a vision should be parliament law, it should become. And then people start working for that.
if failures you think have helped you, what will you consider is your greatest success?
See, I saw a failure, I saw a success. Okay? Within a year.
It was
Within a year.
Okay.
Within a year. The failure, a huge project I was doing for ISRO. At that time, it was one of the largest projects, satellite launching programs called SLV3, building India's first satellite rocket system to put a satellite in the orbit. 1979, it was sanctioned 1970, 72, 1979, the first launch was there.
Okay.
So the first launch was a failure. Okay?
In 79.
In 79, instead of putting the satellite in the orbit, it went to Bay of Bengal. It was a failure. So the one incident I still remember, the chairman, I was the project director of SLV3. I was the mission director of the rocket program, put a satellite in the orbit. The chairman of the organization at that time, Professor Satish Dhawan. So there was a press conference on the day of launch. The whole national press, international press, all was about Sri Harikota. At that time, Professor Satish Dhawan announced. He took me there, the press conference. He said, I have to handle this. He said that I take the responsibility for the film, even though I am the director, project director. And then he said, in a year's time, I will give my scientific community, technological community, empower them, more technology, more human power, more equipment. I will make them to succeed in a year's time. 1980, in July 17th, when we launched second SLT rocket, it was a success. So everybody was happy. On that day there was a mere press conference. Professor Satish Dhawan asked me to conduct the press conference. Do you follow what happens? When the failure occurred, leader took up the failure to himself.
Yeah.
When the success came, he gave the success to his team members. This lesson, it happened 1980. Even now, nearly 30 years, that lesson is indeed a beautiful lesson. It always in my memory.
We'll be concluding this with this one last question. So, what is this dream that you still, need to transform into action? Something which you haven't started.
No,
really?
I know what I have to do. I know what I have to do.
Yes.
So there are many things I am doing. India 2020 vision I am pushing. Another important vision, rural develop 600,000 of villages. An idea and the program has been focused is called PURA, providing urban amenities rural area. Now these are all happening. But you asked me what is one dream which yet to be fulfilled. I want to see the billion people smile. Smiles of billion people I want to see. That's my dream.
Everybody should be.
That's a great dream. That is smile of billion people. Big challenge, but I would like to see that.